Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the first podcast for the Tuesday Night Gamer. My name is Doug, and I am joined by MJ, or Michael John,
Word.
Peter,
Salutations.
and Bekkir.
Heyo.
First podcast, everybody. Yay!
Yay,
Cheers!
we're terrible.
Oh god,
Dislike.
don't say that.
Dislike, unrate, uncomment, unsubscribe.
Yeah, you totally know how the iTunes works here, huh, MJ?
What's an iTunes?
Big Apple fan.
Look, I have an iPhone 4S. I don't know what whatever it is you said is.
A podcast?
Yeah, what is that?
That's a thing we're doing.
Oh, well, so we're the first ones.
I guess.
Did we invent this?
Yes.
Great.
Great.
I expect millions
Millions.
of pennies.
This is how the social network started, isn't it?
I guess.
I don't know.
Yes.
I haven't watched that. What is that?
Backstabbing 101.
With Apple Teenies.
I take an Apple Teeny right now. It sounds good to me.
Fuck yeah.
Just take a Long Island iced tea any day.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
classy motherfucker.
Yeah, all the class.
Yeah,
So-
I don't drink. Great.
So MJ.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm here.
You're here?
I am.
You're here.
Uh-huh.
So
What
what
we
you
doing?
been what you been up to, MJ? What games you playing?
I've been playing a lot of Destiny lately.
Destiny.
Yeah.
A lot of Destiny.
Yeah, it's fun. I think I just hit level either 27 or 28. I haven't been paying too much attention because I've been shooting at this certain cave that everybody tells me
Oh,
is the bee's
The
knees.
loot cave.
the loot cave.
Yeah,
Yes.
but I heard it was hot fixed like
Nerfed.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they always have to do that.
Oh,
They
yeah.
can't keep that exploit going.
Well, yeah, they balanced it apparently because the Cryptarch, which is like the guy he's like the Deckard Cain of Diablo 2. He's like, "Oh, identify your crap."
That reference would work a lot better if I knew who Deckard Cain was.
You're not a big Diablo nerd, are you?
I click the mouse button a lot.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what I do in Diablo.
Yeah, that's the game. That's the one.
Yeah, well, I know Diablo. I know
Yeah.
it well.
Well, he's the guy
He's
who
the stay a while
spoiler
and listen
alert.
guy.
Yeah, he's the guy who died in part 3. Like very
Spoilers,
early
by the way.
on.
Yeah.
I did say
Jeez.
spoilers.
Spoilers for a game was like 2 or 3 years old. Ugh.
Yeah, I
Right.
think we'll
Yeah.
be okay.
Yeah. So what's Destiny got going for it right now? You into it? This game's kind of got up and down buzz. Where are you at? You up or you down?
Oh, I enjoy it. I enjoy the social aspect more. Since I've started playing it, my friends list has grown like double or triple.
So you have
Uh,
2 people
one to
now
3.
instead of 1.
Yeah, basically.
It seems like it'd be a little hard though, simply because there's only 3 people for a strike and 6 for a raid. It's somewhere around those lines, right?
Yeah, you're right. It works, but I actually tried for the first time one of the Nightfall heroic strikes. And,
Right.
oh my God, it is merciless. You die, and if your guys don't res you, it's game over. It like goes back to the spaceship screen, and then you have to re-enlist in the whole mission. And the game already takes like 2 weeks to load a map anyway.
All the power of the PS4.
Actually, I watched a Let's Play of the PS3 version. That version seems to load a lot faster, which seems kind of counterintuitive.
Yeah, the 360 version also supposedly loads much faster. Probably something to do with the assets rendering or not rendering.
The
Probably
power of next gen.
Yes.
the power of a low to mid-grade computer system.
So
But that loading screen has a great resolution.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
yes, it's all the HD.
Mm-hmm.
Anti-aliasing is amazing.
Are you going to be playing this game, a month from now, or where are you at, like long term with this?
Some people waited for their reviews to, they waited like a week before they released a review. And, I thought that was kind of fair. I was like, okay, a week, you could see a good chunk, and, you got to see the Vault of Glass raid. But they're also doing, like, events where, like, another section in the main hub city opens, and you can start basically rep grinding. I'll call it because that's basically what it is.
Boy,
For,
that sounds
for
like a
other
lot of
factions.
fun.
Yes.
But they're different types of missions. Yeah, it's basically you go on there and you get different missions, so it's just something else to do.
Yeah, I don't know. The grinding that doesn't sound fun, and
Yeah.
I feel like that's not going to appeal to a lot of people, who are like hardcore MMOs. But then the thing with this game is it seems like it's got a lot of limitations that wouldn't make it appeal to hardcore MMO guys either with the lack of content, right? I mean, am I wrong there?
Well, I would agree with you. I mean, they essentially gave you if you if you bought the $99 version or whatever,
Oh
it's called,
boy.
like limited edition or whatever, you get the expansion pass, which is 2 DLCs for free. I don't know
For
what's going to be
free.
for,
Air
Holy
quotes.
crap.
for free. Yeah.
They're really doing you a service there.
Oh, I know. The
Yeah.
biggest of services.
I thought about buying the Super Ultimate Edition. I saw it sitting there as a downloadable game on the Xbox, and I was like, and I almost hit yes. I think I'm
Well,
glad I didn't.
You know what? The $150 version seems kind of cool because you get the Dinklebot ghost. So
What?
that's cool. You get
Dingleberries?
Yes.
Yeah, Dingleberries. You get a Dingleberries bot, and he says words and stuff to you. It's like, oh, that's kind of cool.
And
Does he say,
Peter
hey, listen?
Yeah, that's kind of what you'd expect it to. But
in Peter Dinklage's overly bored and unenthusiastic voice.
his phoned in
I
voice.
am here to
Yeah.
collect a paycheck.
I,
Please
you
pay
know what?
me.
You know
Please
what?
pay me.
Honestly, I've
It
heard
sounds
people
better
say
than
that-
the alpha though.
So what is the deal with the Dinklage thing? I mean, I heard a reference to it, but I actually don't know what that's all about.
So do you
He
watch?
sounds terrible.
Yeah. Do you watch Game of Thrones at all? Have you ever caught an episode or anything?
No.
So I won't go too deep into the series, but he's one of the main characters in the show, and
I'm aware of the actor,
Yeah.
but what does he have to do with Destiny?
he's like there's a cube, for lack of a better word, that kind of leads you through the game. He's kind of the narrator of the game.
Oh, he
And-
does voiceover for that?
He's
Yeah.
basically Cortana.
Yeah.
But dude.
Yeah.
But really
Nobody likes
bored.
this.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
And he
He's
says
just-
a lot of dumb stuff like that wizard came from the moon.
That got
he
cut, to be
He
fair.
actually doesn't say that anymore, but I wish he did.
Okay.
That'd be
Alright.
better though. Like if he delivered that line like, with some gusto. That'd be what I want.
I don't
Well-
know if there's a
well-
way to deliver that line well, Doug.
You know what?
Is it a
Throughout-
robot, though?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a little
So
robot
So,
cube.
is he trying to sound like a robot?
No.
I mean,
No, he's trying to sound human,
No.
and then Bungie gave him like robotic
Yeah. After
After
the
Effects and
he was
whatnot.
either after the alpha or the beta when people kind of started
was
listening
the
to it, and
alpha.
it was super
With
flat.
the
Like
alpha, yeah.
there was no effects to the voice, and it was
reverse
just
auto-tuned?
kind of It was just a really flat. It'd be like me talking through the whole course of narrating a game, and you would just slowly.
You just
lull
want to
to
kill
sleep.
you.
Yes.
Well,
Well, we're all familiar with that.
I have to.
Yes.
I have to cut in here about his acting. A lot of people said that it was phoned in, and I don't know. I've played some missions where his voice acting is bad, but I feel like Bungie
It's
didn't give him.
intentional.
No, I didn't. I don't feel like Bungie gave him direction as
Just bad
to
writing.
like where he should at the final mission he says a line and nothing's going on around you and he's talking like shit's going down, guys. we gotta do this, that, and the other thing.
But I mean,
but nothing's happening. He's just saying,
Well, that kind of seems like the summary of Destiny. It's like, here's
ooh,
this
burn.
stuff. It's stuff. It looks pretty and is kind
Well,
of bland, but
the thing
it's
about
stuff.
Destiny is the story's not even in the game, from what I've read. Right? Like you actually have to go to a separate website and then look at the backs of
Or an
trading
app.
cards to get the story, right?
or an app on your telephone.
Oh, an
Yeah.
app. Well, that changes the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the
For the
biggest sins, I think.
$180 version, they send you a comic book.
No, yeah, it is pretty stupid. It's like if I want to learn about lore, I want to learn about it in the game. I
Yeah.
mean, Diablo 3 got it right.
Yeah, well, you can either go with what WoW did, where I don't think anybody really cares about the story in WoW either. But you've got all this great guild support. Oh boy, well, maybe not everybody, but I think most people when they're playing WoW they're going over boss strats or lusting after the loot. They're not really caring about the story, so that would be okay. But then you've got the massive guild
Well,
support, and you've got all the socialization options, and just yeah, it seems like Destiny kind of doesn't really go fully one way or the other.
well, the thing is with a good MMO, which Destiny is trying very hard not to call itself, but in a good MMO, the story is either good the first time or you catch a few things later as you go through, like on a repeat play. Yes, when you go back to your raid and you're raiding it for the 10,000th time and you're dying to this boss for the 100th time that night, the story is not why you're there. But the first time through, or at some point, you're actually taking in the story, and there's supposed to be a point, and that's where World of Warcraft has hit and missed over the year. And it's easy to say that that you wish Destiny had this, but even the best at it miss every once in a while. There's been some raids in World of Warcraft, such as Ulduar or Ice Crown, that tell a story in a fantastic way, whereas there's others, such as I forget the name of it, but the Deathwing raid in Cataclysm, where there was virtually nothing until the very end. And yes, on the repeat plays, you don't go through and play those or worry about the story again, but the first time, that story, that lore is what's supposed to draw you in. And Destiny doesn't have that. There's nothing to bring you in instantly. The only thing there to keep you going, or to bring you in even, is that loot grind.
Or that wizards that came from the moon.
Yeah, I suppose so. So MJ, what else have you been up to this week or this month?
Hold on. One final question, MJ. What is the level cap in Destiny? Is it 30? Are you close to it?
Yeah, I'm pretty close to it. Basically, it's kind of like raiding, because you hit level.
Raiding you do at level cap. Here it seems you can do it before.
Well, no, that's not true actually. There are barriers. Basically, you get to level 20. That's the level cap. After that, you get legendary loots or exotic loots that have light on them, and this is specifically for armor. And you can upgrade those items. And the higher you upgrade them, the higher your light level goes. So I think I was at like 26, and then I upgraded some loot a little bit that I had, and boom, I'm 27 with the same loot. So
so like in WoW, it would be your item level.
Yeah.
And here it's actually your light level. Okay.
Yeah, it's basically a very similar concept. It works, well, maybe not exactly the same way, but yeah, you've got the right idea.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, that is pretty interesting. Basically combining your character's level with the item score.
Yeah.
So what's the point of having two separate systems then? Just so you feel like you're gaining XP and...
That's the problem with Destiny here is...
well, I guess it's, what
for
you
the
can
ding
do.
factor, or what? For the first 20 levels, or...
Yeah, I mean,
keep
you
the
get
noobs
levels.
out of the raids, or what?
Yeah, yeah, but essentially, because it gates them. You can't go into a raid that's maybe 3 or 4 levels higher than what you currently are. So maybe it might even be 1 or 2. I remember I was like level 24, and there's a 26 strike, and it was like, nah, bro, you ain't doing this. So I had to, get other gear first, so I could then do that, and fail at that immediately anyway.
Well, and to be fair to Destiny, that's the same way World of Warcraft and most other MMOs work, is you get max level and you still can't walk right in.
I tanked without my shield on the first boss, and
Okay, how exactly do you tank? Because I know how tanking works in WoW, but how exactly does tanking work in a game like Destiny where everybody is just shooting their guns?
Yeah, what is the raid mechanics?
Stuff?
I really,
or haven't you been in one yet?
I haven't been in one yet. But from what I can see, like when I do strikes, it's whoever is basically shooting at it the most, doing the most damage. So it's kind of like aggro based.
Right. Okay.
But like the Titan, he has a really good defender ability. That's one of his subclasses, where he puts up a massive shield, like the anti-magic shell of Death Knight would. Only this thing lasts for days.
Jeez. For days, son.
For days. But the problem is you can't shoot out of it, so you have to step out of the barrier to shoot, and likewise they have to step in the barrier to punch you or shoot you. So I mean, it's it's kind of weird, but
Yeah, it
I,
sounds like it. I mean, I'm guessing there aren't any healers, right?
um
You don't shoot for heals like
no,
you do in Borderlands.
Yeah, are there?
I think there are skills that certain classes have that will do that.
So they'll pull
Um,
out their like bio medical gun and shoot you with it and build your health back up, Team
no,
Fortress style. Is that?
no, I think it's more like you use your special and characters around you might get health or whatever. In fact, the cool thing about some of the weapons there and the exotics and the legendaries is there is one weapon. In fact, I think it's on the loot list for this week from a special vendor that only appears from Friday morning till Sunday morning. He sells a rifle that after you upgrade it to a point, when you shoot the enemy, it heals yourself for a
Oh,
certain amount.
nice.
So it's kind of cool. Nice way to keep yourself topped off.
Hmm. And ammo is not one of those concerns, is it? Because
Yeah,
I heard something about like if you do run out of ammo, you wait 30 seconds and it magically fills back up again.
yeah, pretty much.
But 30 seconds is a long time to wait,
Yeah,
especially in a raid.
are you just doing nothing for those 30 seconds? Because
Yeah,
that
you're
doesn't sound
Bandage.
very
basically
fun.
hiding. It,
That-
it's not very easy to run out of ammo. I mean, I haven't run into many scenarios where I've ran out of ammo other than when I'm sitting at the loot cave and I'm out of my primary
The
weapon ammo.
non-existent loot cave.
Yeah, exactly. It's not there
Nice.
anymore. Oh.
Well, that's
Well-
good. Yeah, that was one of the concerns I had with Destiny was, this is an ammo-based game, whereas in WoW, you're never really running out of rage.
Hunter
if you-
cough.
Oh, well,
They fixed that.
they fixed that quite a few expansions back. And, if you run out of mana, it's very quick to fill back up in a raid situation. So
You say
that
that.
was kind of what I
Unless
was
you're
wondering.
Doug.
Remember back in WoW when hunters actually had to buy arrows?
Arrows. Ammo.
And
What?
they cost quite a pretty penny from the
Yeah.
Vials
Yeah.
of Eternity vendor, I remember.
That's back in the day.
Yeah, Archimond. Boy,
Back
he
in
was
my day.
Archimond was a tough motherfucker for us before he got on farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, screw that guy. Yeah, so I don't know. Overall, Destiny, I like it. I haven't gotten bored of it yet because I'm kind of one of those guys like I want to hit 30. I want to do stuff and things. But I mean, yeah, when you really sit down and look at it, it's just a grind fest. It's after you hit level cap in WoW and the raid's been out for how long has this current raid been out? Like a year.
Yeah.
It's there's nothing to do.
I suppose.
Yeah. Right, but with something like WoW, what keeps you going is really the community aspect, the social aspect of your guild, and screwing around on Mumble or Vent with your friends. And yeah, I'm just not sure if Destiny really has that same sort of support to keep the game going with that.
Yeah, it would be very specific to clans and whatnot, and even then, it's like who's going to do all of that?
And what group of 4 friends is going to own the same console? These new, $400 or $500 consoles and buy the game and.
Look, eventually, I think Obama's plan is to have an Xbox under every TV.
Well, I'm taken care of. I got my Xbox.
Yeah, well, then I guess that's 2 for me then.
So I guess we'll kind of wrap up Destiny talk there. Kind of beating a dead horse with a lot of things with Destiny, but density. It lacks density.
It does.
So
Oh, quite a bit, yeah.
what has you been up to this week/month, MJ? Anything interesting?
I've been really looking forward to Forza Horizon 2.
Oh, me too.
After we played that,
Quick look on the site with low audio.
Good. That means you can not hear the cars either.
Vroom vroom. Vroom vroom.
That game was. I really like it. I like the Forza games.
So is that an Xbox seller for you, or?
For me, yeah.
Yeah.
For you, probably not.
Well, I have an Xbox
Well,
already.
I know
That kind
you
of defeats
already
that
do,
purpose.
but-
I'm just saying.
But if you didn't, that's not the game you're gonna go jumping for.
Well, maybe. I am very interested in picking it up. I will almost certainly buy it in the first couple days of launch if I can pick up a copy. it just seems fun. Lots of off-road racing in expensive cars. What's wrong with that? Destroying vineyards, crashing into invincible trees. I like that.
Is that basically the whole? See, I'm not really. I know that Forza is itself the main series is a car sim. Kind of like Gran Turismo or some other of the more hardcore racing sims. But this Horizon offshoot, is that more just like more arcadey, more ridiculous stunts, stuff like that?
I don't know that I'd go so far as stunts, but yeah, yeah, you're definitely not wrong about that. It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's the I heard it was described as not so much simmy as arcade with sim type elements in there.
Yeah, well, it
Okay.
it has an energy that a lot of car games don't, and I think it's in no small part to the music, which really drove the experience. That was the sound, the music, the sounds of the cars,
Hmm.
just the feel was there. They
Yeah.
found something that it's hard to find in racing games these days.
And that was the
Well,
problem with
Doug,
the
I mean,
original Forzas. The Forzas, as I mentioned in when we played it, it had terrible music, at least in my opinion.
I don't know,
Those
guys. You're
Gran
trying to
Turismo games.
sell a car game on the music, but
Yeah, well,
you can pretty much play any music you want,
But
playing a
it
video
like
game.
would kick in the right music at the right times, like when you're doing the right events, like the right sound would kick in. And
Oh,
you know how a sound can make a movie? Like
well, yeah.
let's
like
kick back to
Highway to the Danger Zone.
well, yeah, or like the original Star Wars movies. If that John Williams score wasn't there, those movies just wouldn't be the same. It's the same thing with this. It adds to the energy and the feel of the game in a way that's really important, I think, for a racing game.
Hipsters are gonna love it.
Yeah, hipsters are gonna love it. They can
Wow.
mosh pit to their doom.
So this is the car video game version of 500 Days of Summer.
I haven't seen that movie,
me
but I'll
either.
say
Oh,
yes.
Yes,
Wow,
we'll back
say
up
you
yes.
guys
from
are
here.
missing out. I recommend it. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, love him. So
Oh,
yeah,
is
I
that
don't
guy
know.
who did in the Batman movie? That's
Yes.
like pretty much all.
Yeah,
And
oh,
Looper.
yeah. Oh God.
That wasn't a horrible movie. That was a good movie. I liked it.
No, that was a horrible movie.
Uh,
I'll go into it someday. With yeah, I find that with car games, me personally speaking, I really do need something extra. Like it can't just be racing from A to B by itself. That's kind of why I've really liked the Need for Speed
Most Wanted.
games like Most Wanted or
for
Hot
the
Pursuit.
Xbox 360, I remember playing that game quite a bit.
Right, or something like Split Second, where you're sort of in this crazy Michael Bay reality show world where you're blowing up buildings to
That's a
race through
fantastic
them.
game.
Yeah, it's just I need that extra, gameplay dynamic
Well,
to sort of change it up and bring something.
It's there. It's there in Forza Horizon. There's you're making monies to buy more cars, and there's the whole festival atmosphere going on. It's not exactly Need for Speed Most Wanted where you're climbing up this leaderboard necessarily, but
Well,
we
and
didn't
just
get
EMPing fools, with your cop car, right?
Yeah.
we didn't get too far into it in the demo because we kind of skipped over it. But every time you compete a race, there's like I don't know if they call it, but it's
like
kind of
a-
like a nemesis system. where-
Autolog,
well,
kind of.
That's not called an autolog, but
Well, they can. That's EA, but
but as soon as you finish a race, you can go race against someone on your friends list. And I guess the drivatars or whatever, I think is what they call them.
oh, those are back, huh?
Yeah, they're unfortunately because this is a demo and I have like 2 people on my friends list that actually own an Xbox One. There wasn't any real ones in our video, but I guess the world is supposed to be populated by people on your friends list.
So the world is populated by people driving like assholes.
Yes,
Yeah,
because
Okay,
you all drive like jerks. Just
That-
saying.
yeah.
that sounds delightful.
Yeah. So Forza, that's a thing, and like
You know what I'm
4
really
days.
waiting for? It's another Burnout game.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like it's been so long. It kind of seems like they killed off that whole franchise with the last one,
Oh yeah,
Paradise City, because
yeah.
since then Criterion's been,
Need for Speed in it.
Yeah.
yep, and and now
Actually,
Need for
they do-
Speed,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
well, and now Need for Speed is being done by what is it, Ghost Studios?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they who knows?
Well, all the keys.
Sorry,
All the
I'm
keys.
looking up Criterion because I know they have a new game that's.
So
gonna
MJ,
come
what keyboard are you using that we're totally not sponsored by?
I think this is the Cooler Master, something CM Storm XT. Yeah,
It's that good, huh?
I love it. It's a Red Cherry MX whatever.
As far as I'm concerned, they can take a couple years off for the Need for Speed series. The last few games have been pretty lackluster. Like
I don't.
Need for Speed Rivals was not great. It just lacked.
Well,
it lacked energy, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, I kind of agree, but I mean, I still like the cop versus racer dynamic that they kept over from Hot Pursuit. I think it was Hot Pursuit. I still love that, but on the PC at least, I was really let down that they kept it locked to 30 frames per second, which for a high-speed racing game, when you can do better, is just such a letdown.
Yeah.
Because when you're racing at high speeds,
like
you need the reaction time. That 60 frames per second, the responsiveness that gives you.
I think you'd be. I know that Forza Horizon 2 is locked at 30, but I didn't notice that. It wasn't something that bothered me. But I'm also not like a stickler when it comes to 3060. I don't really care as long as it's consistent. Like that was the biggest thing with the demo is that it was locked. You weren't going up or down, and it was just a steady stream, and everything looked amazing.
It's really just one of those things that isn't really apparent until you're racing at super high speeds because, when you're going at like 300 miles per hour, like the tiniest shift with your controller can, make you careen out of control or just slip into the right lane at the right time. And that responsiveness just isn't quite there with 30 frames per second, and that can make all the difference. And I'm not even a competitive racing fan or anything, but it is something you notice at really high speeds.
All I notice at high speeds in racing games is walls that I'm crashing into.
Yeah, well, at 60 frames per second, maybe you wouldn't be hitting those walls. That's all I'm saying.
I think I would be. I'm pretty bad at racing games. I like them, I really do, but I suck at them.
There's a purity to racing games that you don't find in a lot of other genres of video games, and it's kind of almost like
going for a drive in a real car where you just kind of drive and you don't care where you're going and you just kind of you feel the road.
Yeah, it's kind of like you don't have to put too much thought into it. It's very visceral and it's kind of like eating some popcorn. It's kind of brainless and you just go along with it. That's
I feel like it's stuck in your teeth.
Yes,
that's maybe not the best analogy I've
there.
ever made, but it was all I could think of. So.
No, it was perfect. 10 out of 10. What
I'm just
analogy
I'm waiting for Rock and Roll Racing sequel. Then I'll be happy about driving games. Unless there's banana peels, they just don't appeal to me.
Oh God, boo!
There's got to be something extra. I mean, just racing for the sake of racing is not my forte.
So red shells, green shells,
send
blue
Cloakin
shells.
a message.
Yes, all the messages.
Cloakin, Rock and Roll Racing 2.
Or doesn't Blizzard own the Road Rash franchise?
No, that's
EA.
Or that
not
was
Road Rash.
EA.
What's the one that Blizzard owns? It's
Rock and Roll Racing.
Is that what I'm thinking of? Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Blizzard's
talk about a soundtrack making the game.
Yeah. I think that's why the game hasn't been released or re-released, right? Is because of soundtrack rights. I think I'm fairly certain I read that somewhere that that game is not available for download because of the soundtrack.
Well, they're releasing the Wonder Years on DVD, so never say never, guys.
Blizzard actually did release Rock and Roll Racing 4 months ago on BattleNet.
Oh, didn't it? Huh.
They probably
At the
modified
same time
the other
with
track.
Lost Vikings.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, didn't they release their whole back catalog
for free?
Yarp.
Maybe that's how they got around the licensing, is just putting it out there, not making any money off of it.
Well, when you're sucking everybody's $15 a month, you can kind of
I thought you were going with that.
$12.99.
Yes, I pay 6 months in advance. Thank you very much.
Ooh. Oh, my mistake.
I'm smart.
Yes, I pay for game time I don't use.
Yeah, exactly.
So, any final thoughts, MJ, on what you've been playing lately?
What have I been playing? Just a lot of death. Oh, Diablo 3.
Diablo 3.
Yeah.
Stay a while and listen to this podcast.
I really
What do you
like
think of the
season.
seasons
Oh, I
addition?
love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
I was
Actually, my
enjoying it.
seasonal character is already at a higher Paragon level than my non-seasonal character. I've been playing it so much. I think my non-seasonal character is at like level 198, and my seasonal character is at 250 something.
Hmm.
And what's great is that at the end of the season, it'll just carry on over to my non-seasonal character. So whatever XP I earned in the seasons will transfer over to my main character. So I'll probably be Paragon level like 370. I don't know.
A
Wait,
lot.
is this Mass Effect Paragon level?
Yep.
What's going on here?
What's Mass Effect? What is that?
It's the game series that ended after 2.
It's the game series that was only one game, the second game.
I thought the first one was all right. Actually,
Ugh.
I don't know. I'm not.
I thought it was all right. Two was an improvement for me, but yeah, I'm not gonna say too many bad things about the one.
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, I suppose the second, because I haven't beaten it. In fact,
No way, really?
No, I haven't. I actually
What?
I liked it because I was sitting there exploring the worlds, like the map thing where you ping and you get the.
Oh, that was like the worst part of the game.
I was just sitting there like I was like, I need all the materials so I can upgrade the stuff so I can kill everything in one shot. But then I found out was it in part 2 they had like I don't know, I watched
A
this
way
guy on
better system
YouTube.
of it.
Well, on YouTube,
No, it's still terrible.
some guy called it the space boost, and and I guess it's you psionically charge to an enemy and you kick the crap out of him. He goes flying 500 feet.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Oh, that must be the melee class, maybe. I played the soldier for all of them, so I don't.
Guns. I like guns.
I like lots of guns.
Yes.
All the guns.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, I like Borderlands as well, but we're talking about Mass Effect right
Oh,
now.
well.
Darn. So, yeah.
So yeah, let's talk about Mass Effect. Everybody wants to hear about that.
A game that's about 4,
current
5, 6 years
right?
old-ish?
Yeah, it's a
Yes.
keeping up to date.
Yes. We're anything but topical, you know.
It's the most topics.
So, on that depressing note, MJ, your time is done. Peter, provide us with something more
Hey.
entertaining than Mass Effect.
The new game that I've been playing is Defense Grid 2, which just came out on Steam. I'm sure have you guys played Defense Grid 1, the first one?
Nope,
No.
LOL.
No, I actually heard it was
What?
really good. I was actually just listening to a podcast before we started this, and I heard
Oh,
it's like
cheating on us?
really. What's that?
Cheating on us?
Yep.
What?
Podcast slut?
Yeah, that's right. What of it? No, yeah, they were saying that it was really good because it was really varied. You know, like one map could have like 12 variations or something like that.
Oh yeah, I mean the first Defense Grid was pretty much the best tower defense game that you could get. I mean, it had the budget, it had this really experienced dev team that knew what they were doing, and they just crafted this amazing tower defense game that nobody else could really touch or come close to. And Defense Grid 2 is kind of more of the same. It's more of what worked well with the first game, though they did make a few minor adjustments to the formula that are actual improvements. For example, even though Defense Grid 1 was for the most part a pretty great tower defense game, there were these aerial units that would fly over the battlefield to try and steal your cores at the end. And yeah, you couldn't really, all you could do was, there were these anti-air like missile launcher towers that you could build, but you couldn't, since they flew through the air, you couldn't really build any path for them. So basically all you ended up doing was saving a bit of money and every once in a while building this expensive anti-air missile turret to just shoot down these flying enemies that would come down this predictable path. Though sometimes it was like kind of hard to tell exactly where their path was since it was up in the air instead of down below on the buildable blocks that you would expect with a tower defense game. So basically with Defense Grid 2, they were like, you know what, those anti-air enemies, they weren't really that tactically interesting or satisfying to fight, so they just cut them out, and basically now it's back to being like kind of a real solid core tower defense game. And all the enemies you face are going to be coming down these lanes on the ground, and you're going to be building your towers to try and shape the path that they go through to get to your cores. So it's more it's a more simplified, streamlined system, but it's for the better, I think. And the graphics are improved, and the gameplay, the story for the campaign is actually kind of more fleshed out. In the first Defense Grid, I'm sorry, you guys can cut in with questions if you want, but
I think
it
if I want
doesn't-
to play a tower defense game, I'm going to play something more simple like Orcs Must Die or Orcs Must Die 2.
well, I mean, this is a true like just core tower defense game, not a hybrid like Orcs Must Die, which is
I can't
you know
stand like straight up traditional tower defense games anymore. I don't know. I'm just
You know what?
over them.
Some of them are really cool. Like on my iPad, I have
Kingdom Rush.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the best game
That's a
ever.
really good one.
I think I
Yeah.
introduced you to that one to MJ.
No, I think you can shut up.
And I think you said when I showed it to you, "Oh, that sucks. That looks boring."
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
Are you sure? Are you
yeah.
sure not confusing
Mhm.
me for someone who isn't me?
Nope.
You sure about
It's pretty
that?
hard to confuse you with other people. I'm just
No.
saying.
Ain't that the truth?
I'm a run of the mill, just regular
Generic.
average.
You're a red shirt.
I'm a red shirt.
Yeah, I don't know. Like as far as just the best tower defense game you can actually get on a PC with high-end, sophisticated graphics and well fleshed out campaign with voice acting and such, I think Tower Defense 2 is really the best that you can get now for $25. I mean, in the
Oof,
first tower,
$25. Oh my
It's,
god. For a
you
tower
know, it's-
defense game? That is
Oh my
brutal.
God! Shut
for the
up, Doug.
Cadillac of tower defense games.
I would never want to buy a Cadillac and just
I'm just throwing
saying.
that out there. Neither would I. Coming from the car
okay.
guy.
So
How about maybe
I want on a
something more
Porsche
reliable,
or
like Toyota.
A reliable tower defense game. Yeah, I'm not sure if that exactly fits, but no, Defense Grid 2 is great. The first Defense Grid had just this one solo sort of sarcastic AI companion that would just chime in, kind of like
MJ?
almost, well, no, I was going to say more like the sort of like Wheatley or something along those lines from Portal 2, just kind of commentating along
I like the
as
Wheatley.
as the story went along in the tower defense missions. In the Defense Grid 2, you actually get two other, I think they're human companions, and along with the returning AI sort of servant companion from the first game. And so there's this new rich sort of, they have conversations with each other through the campaign, and it's a lot of fun, to have that added interaction between those characters, talking to each other. While you're constructing your master plans for how you're going to defend this particular mission. So yeah,
there's
I think
master
it's a real.
plans to take over the world? Is that what
No,
I'm
to
hearing?
defend the world.
No, I want to take over the
Yes.
world. What game have you been playing any games lately where I can take over the world?
Don't they have like reverse tower defense games where you're trying to steal the thing?
Yeah, I actually saw a video on recently. I can't recall the name of it right now, unfortunately. I think it's a PS4 game, if I recall
Well,
correctly.
Gears of War 3 did have Beast Mode, which pretty much was that, where you were playing as the Locusts, and you were up against these AI-controlled COG warriors. It was kind of it was their take on the opposite of Horde mode, where you were the enemy Locusts, and also, I mean, I guess that also had some influence from like Left 4 Dead. So I think that's the only thing I can really recall on those lines. Though.
All I can really recall from Gears of War is the buzzsaw on the end of the rifle noise. I remember that.
Wait, you never played Horde Mode 2.0 in Gears of War 3?
Listen, I played those games through on co-op with MJ, and that's about all. And then I also remember some stupid fight with this dude in red armor who had a bow and arrow. That was a total bitch of a fight.
Well, that could be almost anything in Gears of
No,
War.
that was a boss fight, and we
Okay.
died, and we died, and we died, and we died.
Oh, well, I gotta say, I
died.
think you missed out. Because really, Horde Mode 2.0 is pretty much the best Horde or sort of survival mode that I've yet played in that kind of game.
Yeah. So what else are you up to lately? Any good restaurants lately, or food, or I'm getting kind of
Well,
hungry
yeah,
here. It's
I'm
dinner
not-
time.
I'm not done with games. I also
Oh, I want dinner.
well, I got something you can choke down, but actually
Phew.
I've also I've been
Wow.
replaying. I'm sorry. Did I go too far there? I'm
No, you
sorry.
didn't go
Okay.
far enough.
Oh,
I didn't
thank
gag,
goodness.
so
Oh, well. Yeah, I've been replaying Arkham Origins, which is the third Arkham game. The only one not made by Rocksteady. It was made by Warner Brothers Montreal, I believe. You
it's
can correct me.
Canadians, eh?
Yep, yep. They spun it off, and I will say it's not as good as the two Rocksteady Arkham games,
Does
but
Batman apologize when he beats someone up since it's Canadian?
I'm sorry.
no, no, and they don't
Sorry
say
about
a
this.
boat, and they don't say a lot,
You
and
mean
they
like
don't say sorry. I think Canadians say sorry instead of sorry, but yeah,
There is a
no.
bonus mission where Batman goes to buy some poutine, though.
Oh boy, does he love that poutine?
Mm, I could eat some
But
poutine right now.
yeah, I don't think so.
French fries and gravy. French fries and gravy.
Yeah, I mean, I've pretty much just been playing it to get prepared for Arkham Knight, which I'm kind of drooling over right now.
That's
That's
not
not
coming
coming
out
out.
for like 2 years.
Yeah, well, next year, next, what is it, June, July, somewhere around there, like an eternity. But I'm a huge Batman fan, so yeah, Arkham Origins. It's not that great, but I do like parts that they've done. I do like the fact that they revamped Batman's batsuit look. The whole character design looks a lot better. He doesn't.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, wrong guy there.
Is it?
He doesn't quite look like a silverback gorilla in a batsuit the way he did in Rocksteady's two games, where it's just this huge hulking, sort of gorilla of a guy in this tight leather outfit. Yeah, the character
Kinky.
design in Arkham Origins is a lot better. I will say that. In most other aspects, though, yeah, it doesn't quite touch what Rocksteady was able to do, which is a little disappointing. And it was a little buggy on release, though they've patched it, so in my playthrough this time, it's not as buggy as it used to be. Thank God. Overall, kind of a letdown. But hey, it's still an Arkham game, and
It's a video game.
it's still pretty unique in this day and age of cookie cutter AAA titles because nobody is still doing this genre of superhero games the way that the Arkham games do.
Except
Which
for
is,
the new Lord of the Rings game, which is
well,
completely stealing the engine and game and concept and just putting Tolkien on top of it.
now hold on, we still haven't played it, so let's reserve all judgment until it comes out in
I'm
3
still
days.
looking forward to it, I'm just saying, but it's I actually read and heard some speculation that game actually, that engine or whatever that they're using in the new Lord of the Rings game was originally started development as a Batman game, and the studio
I
took it
believe it.
and because they didn't want to work on the Batman franchise anymore and applied the Lord of the Rings license.
Well, if you're gonna steal from the best,
I
right?
suppose.
So
Hmm.
it's not a bad strategy.
Yeah.
I want to play. What was that Lord of the Rings game that we played? Where we played the three of us.
The War in the North.
Yeah, that
That
one
was a good game.
fun. I liked
The
it.
King of the North. Oh wait, that's Game of Thrones.
Wrong game. Another reference Bekkir won't get.
Sorry,
Started to read the
spoilers.
books.
Spoilers for what, season 2 of Game of Thrones?
I started to read the books a long time ago, but I need a character to relate with, and everyone I started to like died. So
Oh,
just,
you started
yeah.
reading it before it was cool?
yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Wow.
But I didn't actually read it, so I can't, no hipster cred there. Never finished it, so.
Lazy
No,
hipster cred, I guess.
that's the true hipster is to start something and say it's a
Oh,
thing, but then stop.
Versus.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, those are the two games I've been playing, and yeah, that's about it.
That's about it. Except for the
Yep.
food, the dinner. We can talk about dinner
Oh.
now, right? I need
Well,
food.
You eat dinner really late, Doug.
Yeah.
Hey, before the podcast, to be fair, I sat down and ate like the absolute worst food in the world.
What would that be?
Take a
Applebee's?
guess. It's frozen.
Mm,
It may have some pepperoni in it.
Hot Pockets?
No, think smaller.
Oh boy.
Oh, did you have bagel pizzas?
No, it's like a hot pocket but
on a
smaller.
bagel.
Pizza rolls, huh?
I had pizza rolls. I broke down.
Oh.
I had pizza rolls
Send me.
Why would you
send
do
me a
that?
letter
because
and
they're
I
good. I like
Oh,
pizza rolls.
That's
sometimes.
what the Red Letter Media guys say,
Yeah.
but you shouldn't trust him, Doug. You should not trust that guy. He
Email
murders
me
hookers
on this
in his
website.
basement.
But the pizza
I
rolls
will
taste
send
good.
you
But you just said
pizza
that they were the most horrible things ever.
Yes,
Like,
that's
The
they're
horribly
little
best.
balls of death.
of delicious death.
then,
Yes.
Yes, I don't know. I haven't had one in years.
but I thought you said
Oh,
they
me
taste.
either.
So do they taste good or bad?
Both.
Hmm.
Both.
Jesus Christ.
It's like,
Go
oh, this
flip
is so good. Oh, this is
I
so
hadn't-
bad. Oh,
I
this
hadn't
is so
had a
good.
pizza roll in years, and I bought some recently on the excuse that my kids might like them, and they didn't like them, so I ate the whole bag.
Oh, gosh.
Well, the thing is, the suggested serving size, I think, is like 6 or 7.
Right. It's only like 5,000 calories for those
Yeah.
7.
And so it's like, well, I make the 7, and I'm like, that's not quite enough.
Oh, boy. That's... Talk more about your gluttony.
Yeah, needless to
That's
say,
good.
kind of one bag turned into the whole bag being gone in one meal. It was kind of sad and depressing.
It's too much work to find a twist tie and put it back in the freezer.
Yeah, it might get freezer
It's-
burn in like the 2 days it's in the fridge.
Right.
Well,
So
I
save
mean, not
me,
wasting
save me from
food.
pizza rolls, Peter.
I-
Save me.
I don't know if I can. The draw might be a bit too much. But yeah, I was adventurous this week. I'd heard about this tapas restaurant. I live in San Francisco, which is kind of like a foodie capital of the world, sort of.
Jeez, hipster,
And,
my God.
Like I'd never actually had tapas, which are I should explain what tapas are. They're basically Spanish appetizers, and instead of just appetizers and then the main course, a tapas restaurant just has all this wide array of Spanish appetizers, and they're little bite-sized,
Pizza
pieces
rolls?
of food that are easy to just pop in your mouth, and you just go from one to the other, and you fill up.
So
And
it's like an Applebee's that only has mozzarella sticks.
I was going to say more like a Chinese dim sum restaurant, but yeah, I guess Applebee's would work too.
I'm from Ohio. I'm not familiar with a Chinese dim sum restaurant.
Okay. All right. Well, again, I gotta say, I'm from San Francisco. I've never been to an Applebee's. Don't plan on it in the future. So
Oh,
that's
man.
kind of where I'm coming from.
Applebee's
yeah,
is the
I-
best place to go to eat crappy food and get a little bit intoxicated.
Viewers, this guy just admitted to gorging on pizza rolls. Don't listen to him.
Hey,
Uh,
don't
food.
judge.
Yeah.
I'm already. I was judging years ago.
Yeah, so you're prejudging.
As-
You're not
as
judging.
well you
You're just
should.
prejudging.
Pre-crime. Well.
Pre-crime.
There's a reference. Yeah, so I was like, you know what? I've never actually been to a tapas restaurant. I've just seen Anthony Bourdain eat a bunch on his various travel shows, like No Reservations. It looks like a lot of fun. I'm really a fan of appetizers, so I figured, why not go
Who
out
isn't?
to
There's nothing wrong with
seriously.
appetizers.
I have an appetite sometimes, so yeah.
You have to appetize it.
I actually went out to this local one in San Francisco. It's called Cha Cha Cha. It's actually, it's more Cuban influenced than Spanish. So they're more like Cuban takes on tapas, which I'm fine with. And let's see, I got the fried calamari. I got fried plantains, which are sort of like
Nom, nom.
small bananas, and I got their signature jerk chicken, which I'm not exactly sure what jerk is. I think it's like a spice rub that they put on the chicken. So those were the 3 tapas that I went with, just for starters.
That's just
They didn't-
the chicken that was a jerk to the rest of the chickens growing up. It was the bully in high school.
really
The hate
pulling
makes
out
it taste better.
really
Yes.
pulling out your A material tonight,
Yep.
Doug. That's
Yeah,
wow.
I'm really stretching it good.
Oh boy. Moving right along. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good experience. I also had a sangria, but I discovered that I really don't like sangrias, which I
I
gather
just don't think you
it's-
were drinking a good one.
Well, it basically tastes like wine with random pieces of fruit thrown into
That's
the
basically what it is.
right, which I did not know that when I ordered it, but I don't
It's
like
like
wine.
It's like an upper class hairy buffalo.
Yeah.
Wine and fruit.
Yeah, it tasted like slightly watered down wine, and I generally don't like wine, the taste of
Well,
it.
the
So
best.
I was
Correct me if
disappointed.
I'm wrong, but I think the best sangrias don't they add another alcohol into it? At least that's what.
I think they usually add a little rum to mix it up, but yeah, I am no alcohol expert. I just knew that I did not like it. Unfortunately, I had to pay $6 for that. Kind of
Well,
wish I
that's
hadn't ordered
kind
it.
of weird too, because most sangria you order, you typically can't order just like a glass of it. You have to order a whole like Syrah of it because of all the mixing and stuff that is involved. So maybe that's why yours tasted funny. Is
Well,
you got the top half.
I don't know. Like she was the waitress was like getting it out of this big punch bowl and pouring it into a glass for me. So I'm not sure if that's standard procedure. But yeah, not a
Yeah,
fan.
not
The
not in my experience. In my experience, like I said, you typically get and they kind of mix it on the spot. Again, from my experience.
oh
So
no, they weren't gonna do that. No, hell
yeah,
no.
I'm kind of
Yeah,
wondering if that's why you got the weird part of the
it
bowl.
was it was a really busy restaurant though. Like it was really crowded. So I'm glad that
All
they
the
didn't
hipsters
spend all the yeah, oh yeah, San Francisco, all the hipsters. I actually parked outside in a Whole Foods
you
parking lot.
parked in
Yeah.
San Francisco
Yeah, well, a Whole Foods parking lot at 8 o'clock at night. You're supposed to actually be a
shopping.
Whole Foods shopper, but I was like, you know what? Fuck it. They're not gonna check at 8 p.m. on a Sunday. And plus, Whole Foods. I have no idea, but I imagine Whole Foods, and they're located in the middle of San Francisco, is probably gonna cost an arm and a leg. So yeah, there's no way I was gonna shop there. But yeah, the tapas themselves were fantastic. The fried calamari, I would say, is definitely the
I
best.
love fried calamari. That is the
Yeah,
best.
but of course, the danger with ordering calamari is if it's prepared poorly, it always ends up being tasting like rubber and chewy, and it's like, kind of chewing on a car tire. This, on the other hand, was almost like
Since we
melting.
chew on car tires all the time. And
Right,
just-
exactly. It's I knew that would be a point of reference for you guys, but no, it was almost like melt in your mouth, soft and tender, which is really, I'd imagine, hard to do with calamari. And the breading was not greasy, which it's fried breading, so sometimes it could be, and nice tangy aioli. So no, I was really blown away with the quality of the calamari.
my
Uh,
my mouth is watering. It's like
I
I can
know.
taste the food. Oh,
Hey, let's shut up about food because it sounds delicious.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna keep going, guys, but
Okay.
actually, the fried plantains were much less sweet than I expected. Like when you think about plantains and how they're like sweet bananas, you think almost like a dessert dish. But these were kind of very, very mild. I think they were trying to let the natural sweetness of the plantains come through. So that was not quite as sweet as I was expecting. Jerk chicken was really tender though. I was kind of cutting it apart with a spoon. So overall, I had a really good experience. Bill was, it was like $34, which for San Francisco, actually, not too bad.
that's not too shabby for a restaurant in a big town.
Yeah,
So
well, it was more like a restaurant slash bar. I was actually eating at the bar because it was so crowded. But yeah, overall, really nice. Kind of noisy and loud, but I imagine those things are like that.
yeah, yeah. Clicky clack, clicky clack. Don't come back.
Barstraunt. Is that a term?
That's a word. That's a thing.
Is it really?
That's a thing.
Okay.
Really?
Well, no. No, Google does not have any results for it. So
Try restaurant bar.
trademarking Barstraunt. Oh crap! It is. I just spelled it stupid. Oh, I did. Dang. I was gonna.
All
You sure you're not thinking of a barista?
No, no. Seriously, I'm looking Barstraunt.
What's the Google definition? What's the wiki?
You know what? I haven't seen a wiki here. Oh, wait, Wiktionary. Okay.
That seems legit.
Blend of bar and restaurant.
Great. It's a great definition.
Never
there.
would have guessed.
Oh,
Wow.
it's chiefly Chicago, a combined bar and restaurant. So it's something that Gloria and Peter, not this Pete, but other Peter would know about, I'm sure.
We know all the Peters.
We know too many Peters. We should kill
I'm not
one
going
of
to
them.
comment on that.
Oh boy, I'm gonna go run away now.
Yep.
You're already dead.
We only live like 8 hours away from you, so sleep with one eye open.
Always.
Holy fuck.
Feel the fear.
So,
All right.
Beck,
Yeah.
you have talked so much, so I don't really care to hear about what you've been playing, but you play some really weird games that just
I do.
I
I
just
do.
like I don't
Wow, way to
I
put it
don't
out
know.
on Front Street there.
Look, I don't know. It's like
Hex, the math
I-
game.
I hate math.
Oh.
Ugh.
Look,
Yeah, I
I
know.
passed advanced algebra, and that's all I needed.
It's a
So.
strategy card game. It's not for everybody. I've been playing that not as much lately because I'm waiting for Set 2 to come out.
Well, I expect you to be the best at it and win lots of money because I'm going to be your manager for that and take you to tourneys. So
Well, it's all
because
online,
you-
so you
you-
don't have
well-
to actually take me anywhere.
oh, good. Well, then you just give me money anyway then
That works.
for being
That
your
works.
manager.
Now they're actually coming out with the big upgrade patch on next
Is it-
Tuesday.
Is it upgrade with 2Ds for a double dose of pimping?
So are
a
they
new UI,
gonna
new AI. You can finally mail cards back and forth, stuff like that.
and they're gonna take out the loot cave and
Yeah. The Loot Cave.
Yeah, we
But,
took a pretty horrible look at that game. That was
Yeah, it wasn't the best way to come at that game, that's for sure.
well, yeah, and I'm math stupid, so that was
I mean,
my
it's hard
fault,
enough
too.
to sit down with a friend at a table and teach them a card game like that, and then just doing it online was a little awkward.
at all the 1024 by 786 resolution.
Yeah, my resolution issue wasn't very good either.
Yeah. So speaking of resolution, the other game you've been trying to get us to play,
Yes,
that
Gauntlets.
that
Gantlet.
breaks the resolution.
Gauntlets.
Oof.
Oh,
it's finally
oh.
it's finally out now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Red Wizard needs food badly. Insert quarters for more food. It's a classic. The stereotype is you keep shoving quarters into an arcade machine to keep playing, and that was literally what you had to do, like if you got low on health.
You know,
I played it
I'm
mostly
surprised.
on
I'm
Nintendo.
surprised, not
Came out at home
surprised.
consoles.
I'm surprised and not surprised that Doug has never played a Gauntlet game before.
Nope.
I haven't either. And,
Oh my
It's hack and slash at its
Gosh.
finest.
I mean, have you never stepped foot in an arcade in your younger
Not
years?
really, no.
I played Gunblade when I went to the arcade.
I played
Gunblade.
Pac-Man at the doctor's office.
Which one's Gunblade?
It's the one with the big
Oh, the
with big
helicopter.
Yeah, and
That
the
game was
great thing
awesome.
about Gunblade was you had these big, cannons on swivels, and they had like actual simulated recoil when you were shooting it, so it felt like really great. Like if you pressed your pelvis up to it, it was almost like you were masturbating yourself, kind of. The recoil was. Not that I ever
Just tell
did
us how
that.
it really felt,
I'm not,
Peter.
not that I'm saying I ever did that. I'm just saying you could.
Wow. Okay. Bekkir, please continue speaking.
Yeah,
Save
okay,
us!
so anyway, Gauntlet. I actually got invited to play with Alucard 2004 and Infamous Neo, who are both Hex streamers. So we played on Twitch the other night, and we played, I don't know, maybe 2/3 of the whole game. It's a lot of fun because it's really easy to troll your teammates,
What?
and at the same time, it's still cooperative.
God.
So I could just imagine MJ is going to destroy every turkey that he can find so none of us can eat it.
Are
You can
kidding?
destroy
No
the
way.
turkeys?
I need the turkeys.
I
Well,
think the
actually, I
chicken-
mean, since me and Doug are Gauntlet virgins, could you just explain exactly what Gauntlet is?
Let's
Yes,
see
you
here.
can.
The way you guys know, it's kind of like Diablo.
Oh,
You just
okay.
run through the dungeons and kill as much shit as you can and pick
With
up
that-
gold as you go.
higher
But you
camera
no
angle
loot?
zoomed out.
No, there's not loot other than gold, and then you use that gold to buy things from the vendor in between
Well,
levels,
relics.
Yes,
you can
relics.
buy relics.
which are activated abilities that you need mana potions that you collect throughout the level to use.
Yep.
Hmm.
But
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
checked it out just a little bit prior to the podcast. I'm definitely interested to see a little more. It did definitely remind me a lot of something like Diablo, which I'm sure pulls inspiration from that, of course.
Mhm.
But it's interesting, and
I
Well,
can't imagine a more fun game to play with a couple beers and 3 other friends, like right now.
I like the beers. Let's start drinking. Go.
I don't need beers. Why
yeah.
aren't you drinking yet, Doug? You should have been
Uh,
drinking as soon as you got home.
my headphone cord does not reach the refrigerator.
Oh.
I'm just finding this out.
Well, it sounds like you need an extension cable.
I just need a beer fridge.
Yeah, probably.
And on the side, the last couple days I have been playing the demo for Smash Brothers for the 3DS. And
Oh, nice. How is
Yeah.
that?
Oh,
I'm really enjoying it, except I don't like where the buttons are, and since it's just the demo, I can't adjust that yet. But otherwise, and you can only pick from like 4 different characters, so. But so far,
Wait. Isn't it supposed to be like a big lineup of all of Nintendo's
yes, but
IPs?
this is the free demo. The game doesn't come out till October
we
3rd.
fit, lady.
Oh, gotcha.
Sexy.
Yeah.
Sexy.
You can do downward dog and kill some schmucks,
What?
I guess.
What?
She does yoga poses for attacks.
Oh, downward. Yeah, that's like a really
Yeah.
badly named yoga move.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, I will be playing that a whole
I
bunch more.
really
English
wish
am good. Once it
Nintendo
releases.
would redesign the 3DS to be
They are.
for someone who has not kids' hands. Like,
Yeah, I used to cramp up a lot, and then I got my hands on an XL when it came out, and it's a lot better now.
I've tried
They're
an
coming
XL.
out-
I just
Speaking of the XL and whatever the crap,
the Super
They come-
XL.
yeah, they're coming out with a new one.
With new 3DS, which isn't going to be confusing at all.
But it's got.
But it's still a
got
3DS.
Yeah, but it's got it's got another little thumbstick on your right side, so
Right.
that way you can look and actually do stuff.
So I'm gonna
Right.
go off a little bit of random thought here. So, Microsoft named the second Xbox the 360 to get on the naming
Right.
of the threes. I
Yeah.
thought they should have called this Xbox the Xbox for you.
Oh, God.
Would that have not made the best title just to confuse the heck out of
So, wait,
everybody?
hold on.
No, that would have been retarded.
So have you been drinking tonight?
Maybe just a little bit. I think I thought about that one night when I was drinking.
A beer
be
for
fair.
you.
Yes, but it'd be the Xbox for you.
No, that's horrible.
Uh,
Boo
no.
this man.
Yeah.
Boo this man.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh.
You need to go work at Microsoft, clearly.
Well, yes,
Your
because
music's bad and you should feel bad.
Your naming conventions are bad and you should feel bad.
it worked for the 360. Honestly, I think that was one of the best
I should have called it the 180
choices.
because that joke would have made a lot more sense.
No.
Well, no, not your joke. I mean, the 360. Why do you call it the 360? Because you do a 360 and turn around or whatever.
You walk away.
And you walk.
That's the
away.
joke, is because it doesn't make sense.
I know. But that'd be funny.
Or they could have just called it the Xbox 420 and then, sold a lot in
Perfect, yeah.
Colorado.
Oh, yeah, and Washington. You're right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so drug jokes. That's what we've.
They should have
gone
just
to.
call it the Call of Duty machine.
Yeah, the 420 machine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do have a lot of those insignias, the decals you can put on your guns in there, yeah.
Well, that's one of my best friends in college. That's what he would do is play Call of Duty and then go drive in his car with clear glass windows and enjoy some herbs and spices.
Wait, who is this guy? Do I know him?
Different college, law school college.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. I must have missed this fucker.
Only lawyers.
It was you,
do
Pete. You
drugs.
just don't remember all that.
Yeah, it's that drug-induced haze. It's
Right.
it's robbed me of my memory.
Because of all that Call of Duty we used to play together.
Oh yeah.
Because we're real bro dudes. Yeah.
The broest dudes.
Dude bros,
Dude bros.
I believe is the correct nomenclature.
I think we might be the opposite of bro dudes, but okay. Not that I don't like myself a little bit of Call of Duty here and there. And to be fair, I will always claim that, I should take it back. In college, I did play a lot of Call of Duty, but that's when Call of Duty was good.
Like 3 and
No, like
No,
Call of Duty
Warfare.
1. Like the
Oh,
first
yeah.
Call of Duty.
1 and 2 were what I remember you really getting a hard on.
The multiplayer for Call of Duty 1 was revolutionary. And
that was fun.
it was just fantastic. I remember many LAN parties with friends
Mhm.
sitting down and shooting Nazis.
Nazis. Yeah,
So.
you're right. Part 1 was really fun. I remember, I think back in the day of hacksercising, we got the serial keys and we'd have LAN parties and just
We didn't
shoot
even need to
each
get
other.
serial keys. We just had one license installed on like every computer.
Oh yeah,
It worked.
That was
That was
back
before,
in the day.
BattleNet and all
Oh,
these
man.
login crap.
Don't copy that floppy.
Yes.
But yeah, well,
Download a car.
I mean, Call of Duty 1, when you think about it, that was really, Infinity Ward getting organized after leaving EA, where they
that was basically the Medal of Honor team essentially making a game.
And they really had something to prove with that first Call of Duty, breaking away and, trying to show everybody that they're going to go above and beyond what they'd accomplished on the Medal of Honor series.
Yeah, I love that game. I wish someone would go back to the World War II genre with some gusto. Wolfenstein kind of did that. Wolfenstein did it, but that was in a completely different way than the Call of Duty or Medal of Honor franchises went.
Well, that's more of a twisted sort of alternate version sci-fi take on it. I don't think that really counts as like a World War II game, right?
Yeah, but I would like to see someone take a modern look at, Allied Assault, like Medal of Honor Allied Assault, and, update some of the gaming conventions and tell a good first-person shooter story, not just, here's 2 things to learn how to play the game, multiplayer.
There's a game that I've seen people play that looks pretty cool. It's Sniper Elite or something like that. It looks really cool.
With all the headshots.
One. Ball shots.
Nut shot, I think, is what you're going for there.
What?
Nut shots.
Yeah, ball shots. That's what I said.
All the nuts.
But is it mostly? I mean, from what I've seen, isn't it mostly sniping? And how much movement is there?
Actually, from what I understand, is a lot.
Yeah, and the new one
because basically enemies, they go to where they heard the sound is kind of what they do. So you got to move from your position, so that way they're like going like, oh, what was that noise? Oh, I go over here. Oh, he's not here. Oh well, back to patrol.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, maybe not like that, but yeah, essentially like that. It has like a sound mechanic in there, so it's kind of cool. Seems kind of neat.
Kind of cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, Beck, what else have you been playing?
I have not been playing Battle Block Theater with Doug.
Yes.
Oh, good.
He's been avoiding that game. I am holding a slight grudge against that. We're so close to the end, and the problem is we haven't played it for so long is that we're going to completely suck.
We're out of practice, so there's no way we can finish it without...
So make sure you just
replaying half the game.
Right.
No, just play it and just figure it out.
No, that game is brutally hard towards the end, and if one person, me, is worse than everybody else,
I think maybe you just
it kind of drags you down. I am a little brutally dumb sometimes in that game, but that's a very good game that should have been half as long as it was. You cut half the levels out of that, and it's a much better experience, I think.
It's really funny though. They did a really good job with the story.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Isn't there it's
narrated by MJ?
Where you can... Oh no, that's
MJ.
No, I think it's like Stampy or something. I don't know. I know some guys on YouTube that were talking about it. Like, oh, dude, it's that one guy. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's a YouTube personality.
I actually recognize the voice too, and I couldn't put a face to it. But
I think Stampy was the elephant that Bart got.
Oh gosh!
Spoilers from like season 3 of The Simpsons.
Oh yeah, my apologies, guys. Oof.
Make sure you put that in the show notes. Spoilers.
I wasn't even born then.
Yeah, spoilers before probably half of the nobody listening to this were born.
I'm not gonna, make a reference from any new Simpsons episodes. Jesus Christ, which hasn't been good in like 15 years.
Okay, so yeah, Battle Block Theater. Yeah, I've been meaning to try to play that also. I did buy it on the last Steam sale during, back in summer, but...
Right. They had what was it called? Some comedy pack where it was that and Castle Crashers together. They had a really good deal. I actually bought one just to give to someone eventually. Like, it was such a good deal, I couldn't pass it up.
That's the best thing about Steam.
There's going to be someone who joins Steam eventually, and I'm going to want to play games with them, so this is just going to sit here until I'm ready.
So for your son in about 10 years?
Yeah, right. No, are you kidding? He's just going to be farming gold in all the MMOs. I'm not going to let him play anything else.
Oh, he's going to be your Chinese gold farmer?
Yes,
WoW
exactly.
2.0. So on that note, let's pivot over to news and back to Blizzard. Titan.
Oh dear.
That was a thing.
More like
God.
Titan fail. Am I right, guys? Am I right? You see what I did there?
I do, and I liked it.
For those I know not all of you guys have kept up with Titan, but the latest I've seen about what the game
Seems like Blizzard hasn't either.
was going to be. Hey-ho. That actually is completely untrue. The reason Mike Morheim came out this week and said that the game existed, but they stopped making it because it wasn't fun and
couldn't find the fun.
It seems like a good reason to cancel a game, yeah.
But that's pretty ballsy for a studio to cancel a game 7 or 8 years after production.
No,
they canceled.
What's funny about that is that I read that there's some anonymous sources that are saying Titan was kind of like Destiny in some ways, and how we mentioned earlier that it was hard to find the fun.
Yeah.
I mean, that occurred to me too. Is that they saw how Destiny kind of came out with a big flourish, the prestige of Bungie behind it, and then it kind of came out and sort of landed flat on its face, and Blizzard kind of looked at themselves and went, okay, maybe we shouldn't follow up on this Destiny thing.
I guess the pitch that's been going around the last day or so is that it was, you had this gigantic world, like massive, biggest connected world you've ever seen, and what the catch is that you were just this dude that maybe had a job in a city, and you maybe cooked dinner, you worked at a fast food restaurant, or were a mechanic, or several variations on that. And when bad shit went down, you either kept cooking dinner or went out and fought, and then came back and maybe your dinner was perfectly cooked or wrecked.
Well, that sounds like a Titan to me. I don't know what you're talking about, Doug.
Yes. So it's basically The Sims meets Destiny.
Ugh.
And conceptually I get that. Like, I see something interesting there, but there has to be more than that. What's the tie-in, I guess, and unless that's your life, like if you're second lifing that game, maybe you get something out of that, but it's
Second Life isn't really a game, though.
Well,
Let's make that clear.
It's a second life, and that's what I think this was kind of shaping up to be. Is if you had 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day to put into the game, maybe you could play that type of game where you're having to have a second job basically in a virtual world. But I just can't see that being fun long term in an MMO like that.
I don't know. Like, to me, it seems like Blizzard had almost an impossible task, which was to one-up themselves, with WoW. I mean, with WoW, they'd basically almost perfected the MMO formula, and they were like, well, now we've got to top ourselves. And I think with
Destiny?
Not Destiny.
Titan?
Game. I think with Titan, they tried and ultimately they failed. Like, once you get to something like World of Warcraft, which nobody else has been able to top as well in the MMO space, it was kind of like, well, can you reinvent the wheel? And as they found out, it was like, no, actually, we can't really reinvent the wheel. The wheel here is WoW, which they've been updating diligently with expansions up till now, and it's kept on being a good thing for them. And they just weren't really able to move on to the next level to really bring us a new revolution in MMOs like I suppose they thought they could.
I'm glad they were at least trying something new and different, but I at least would have liked to have seen a little more of the game visually. I hope at least at some point we get to see some videos. I've actually, some people have kind of started talking about it now that they've actually played the game. The game has been played by supposedly by some journalists and people that
NDAs?
NDAs up the ass. So I'm hoping at some point Blizzard lifts some of that so we can see behind the curtain a little bit. That said, the Titan team, from other speculation on the internet, is still working on something. Maybe not called Titan, but
right.
You could, I guess, in 4 or 5 years see an iteration of this technology or this concept used to better effect. So
yeah, maybe they'll name it Titanic. I hear that name's got a good track record. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes. Or it could be something that eventually is phased into some sort of, World of Warcraft 2, maybe?
Oh, I have no doubt. But the other sort of observation that I feel is Blizzard. Blizzard has a long track record of doing this. They canceled StarCraft Ghost. because again, it was not up to snuff. It wasn't fun. And so it seems like they're just sort of comfortable with, cutting off losses when they don't work out for them. And I think ultimately that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, like I said, I respect that. I think that Bungie arguably should have maybe not canceled Destiny, but put the lid back on. I guess it was maybe too late with all the marketing push behind it. But
Activision.
yes.
No, they couldn't have canceled it. I mean, they'd moved on from Halo. They, were striking out on their own again. No longer with under the protection of Microsoft, I suppose. And they really needed to try and establish their own foothold in a post-Halo environment. So
Well,
I think they needed Destiny.
I would arguably say, though, if they had spent another 5 or 6 months in this game, refining the story, maybe adding a little more variety to the mission styles, it would have been Destiny, not
Well,
Blandony.
well.
Wow.
Guess what though? Guess what?
Money?
Yes, DLC baby. Release them expansion packs.
That's
All
close.
of them.
I
10-year life cycle.
DLC number 1, the fun expansion. We have
Oh,
the fun.
boy.
Bring the fun.
That's a pretty important expansion pack. I
DLC
gotta
2,
say.
the loot cave. It's just one zone with a cave.
So speaking of money, the other big money-making news lately is Microsoft buying
Oh
Mojang
shit!
for
Oh, boy.
for two
I'm just gonna
2.5
interject
billion
here.
dollars.
I won't. We won't talk anymore about Destiny, other than apparently there's a new loot cave that has been found.
Oh yeah. Holy crap, and it's
A
in
new loot
Notch's
cave already?
backyard.
Yep.
Just to
Okay.
put that into perspective, both Marvel and Star Wars were each bought for I think $3 billion. So yeah, apparently Minecraft.
4 billion for Star Wars.
Oh right, okay,
StarCraft
yeah.
Wars.
$3 billion for Marvel, $4 billion for Star Wars. So yeah, Minecraft is apparently almost up there with those guys, which is pretty shocking, I think.
Well, I guess the I could be completely wrong here, but the last I had read is that the Minecraft franchise is on course for $100 million in profit this year alone, and I guess it's been a pretty consistent profit maker, and it's still coming out on just hit the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. And
Has it hit the PlayStation 4?
yeah, it did.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'd only heard about Xbox One.
And
but
coming
okay,
soon
that's
to the
good.
Apple Watch.
Oh boy.
I already have a phone. Thank you. Don't need another phone on my wrist.
Yeah, that's called a
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah, but it's basically a phone on my wrist.
Well, yeah, I
Pretty
guess.
much. Yeah.
But you can play Minecraft on it, MJ.
I can play Block Simulator.
Or you can just go play
Yay.
with blocks on the ground.
Yeah, I could do
Or
that.
Legos.
Yeah.
Well, you're a blockhead.
Well, the
I
thing
am.
is, though, is that the difference between Star Wars and, to maybe a little bit of a lesser extent, the Marvel Universe, is that to this point, Star Wars and Marvel have been tapped. Like, what is there is going to be there. There's going to be movies, there's going to be TV shows, there's going to be books, that type of stuff. The Minecraft universe so far is just the game. That's all they've done so far. And
it's virtual Lego.
yeah, but there's more to it still. There is a movie. There's a movie in the works. There's potential for TV
Really?
shows and books.
What would a movie be?
What would a Lego movie be?
That's come on. I think that's a bit different.
No,
I mean-
not really. I mean,
Well, it's up to your imagination. I mean,
Exactly.
really. But I mean, Minecraft. All I imagine is Yogg's cast, with their characters.
Simon and
like-
Lewis.
Yeah, Simon, Lewis, and Sips. He's
Yes.
my hero.
Yogg's cast.
Sips,
bought
you're my
for
hero.
1.5 billion. Oh jeez.
No, they only took $100 million in Kickstarter. Oh, no, not quite that much. Too soon?
Yeah.
I don't even know what we're talking about now.
I mean, they're
But,
trying to
Sure,
play
too
that
soon. We
game.
don't know the reference.
Yes.
That's why it's so soon.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Always too soon.
Well, to
executives.
backstory my backstory, like they actually started to make
You like
a game
backstory.
with their characters in it, and I don't know the complete details, but they got into some kind of kerfluffle with their developer, and basically all the Kickstarter money disappeared.
Ooh.
All the lots of Kickstarter money because the
Oh.
game fell apart.
Buyer beware.
Yeah.
I thought it was like the developer was like, yeah, man, 500,000. we got this. And then they were like, yeah, man, we had to spend 600,000 to get to for research or
Yeah.
something stupid.
Yeah,
Um,
probably not completely their fault, and I guess you're right, Peter. Buyer beware with Kickstarter. I guess another
Oh,
well,
always.
you
another
know,
lesson there.
I heard that some of the Kickstarter backers were getting stuff like
Oh, like
on
blowjobs?
yeah. Well, like on Yogscast channel, they're showing off a game called Tug. Uh,
Again, like I said,
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
hand job instead, you know.
But it's
prophetic.
supposed to be like a Minecraft clone type thing. Like I've never played it, but like Rust is what I'm told. It's like a
Oh yeah.
survival build stuff, survive, and you're like a caveman type thing or something.
Yeah, and everybody's pretty much naked. It's like chat roulette. Yeah.
Naked, sign me up.
Yeah, why aren't you playing
Yeah.
that game? Like, you
Why
gonna go
am I
download it right
not
now?
playing that? Hey, do you
Buy,
hear the
rate,
clicky
subscribe.
clackies?
Yes.
But I mean, I think
Download it.
let's get back to Minecraft for a sec. I mean, I guess Microsoft is really looking for the profit potential in like a Minecraft too, but
Yeah.
I just
I have
yeah.
one word for you, Peter.
Yeah.
Hats.
Oh God.
No,
I
that's if
really
Valve
you
had
think
bought
that
it.
Hats.
you really think so
If Valve
in
had bought
Minecraft?
Minecraft, yes, it would be hats. I don't know
Well,
so much about Microsoft.
on the
Hats.
console versions of the game, unlike the PC version, most of the skins or a majority of the skins and add-ons do cost real money.
Right, because
And
you can't just download them for free like you can on the PC with
right,
the
so I think Microsoft here, outside of the movies and the other franchises that could generate, all it takes is one successful movie and boom, there's $1 billion. And actually, from a marketing or a finance perspective, the day after Microsoft bought Mojang, their stock, I think, increased by 2% because of the Mojang news, which paid for the purchase of Mojang.
I that's smart.
Mind blown. I mean, like, they
Oh,
they
yeah.
bought Mojang and paid it off in one day because of their stock going up from the purchase.
Wow, that's
So
impressive.
that's, just to show you the cash on hand and the power of,
I-
Microsoft.
Oh yeah. But I
Should ask for more.
oh jeez. Well, I think he did because originally first rumor the deal was for 2 billion
Yeah.
and it ended up at 2.5, so I guess that 0.5 really made a huge difference to
Well,
Notch.
what I mean,
Which I guess it
logistically,
could.
if you're
It would be.
Microsoft and you're at, what's the difference between 2 billion and 2.5 billion when in one day you can increase your stock by almost 3 billion?
True. I think it's important to view this as them trying to leverage Minecraft for its overall profit because I don't think this has anything to do with them trying to help the Xbox One. I don't think they're going to somehow limit Minecraft to just the Xbox One.
Oh no, they've already
yeah.
what is it? Phil Spencer already came out and said expressly that they're going to continue support for other platforms. Now, what that could eventually mean is that the Xbox One and possibly 360 get quicker updates. They might stay on par with the PC more frequently than other platforms. But the other
Yeah.
highly speculated thing is it's going to move off of Java on the PC,
Oh,
which
thank God.
would help
Yeah,
with
Java's.
stability and such.
Yeah, that would be a big help. But it's just I do think a lot of people when first hearing about this news that it's got to be some move to help to help up the game of the Xbox One, which right now is selling still at like a 1-to-2 ratio to the PS4
Right.
worldwide. So the
No,
Xbox One is taking a shellacking.
This move is all about things other than video games. It's about T-shirts. It's about, people all the time are throwing, Minecraft birthday parties and
Really?
kids love the
Yeah.
Minecraft. It's a thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
And
I've
I
got
guess
some
I'm not a
cousins
kid.
that are. I've got some cousins that are high school age, and literally every night they are raiding kind of Minecraft mentalities. It's ridiculous. Like they're more obsessed than I was ever
Wait.
in EQ and WoW.
How do you raid in
Get the
Minecraft?
diamonds, because you gotta get the diamonds.
Yeah,
Not
custom-
necessarily raiding, but that mentality where like, okay, I have to
Okay.
meet my 9 friends this night at this time from this hour to this hour, and we're all going to play Minecraft.
And maybe
Oh, I
explore a
gotcha.
custom map or,
Yeah.
and it's free generated content in a lot of ways on the PC at least.
Oh yeah,
Stuff just
absolutely.
gets.
Oh, you know what? One thing I heard about is people are kind of worried about Microsoft taking over Minecraft because of streaming. Because I guess back in like 2010 or something like that, or maybe more recently, Microsoft put out a policy where like, hey, if you're going to make money off of our content, and I think this was for like Halo 3, they were like, guess what? You can make these videos, but you can't make any profit off of it.
Well, that's
So,
that's all flipped around though now. I mean, there are still some companies. I mean, Nintendo is the worst offender of all of these in that they don't want anything game shown by streamers. But I think that Microsoft is intelligent enough to know that they don't want to destroy all this goodwill. That
Well, this
Well,
kind of goodwill that they've sort of maybe clawed back, kind of.
well, it's free marketing. Why would you not want free marketing? You don't have to pay for advertising, and
because they've only sold like 10 Wii U's, and they want to make sure those 10 people continue to buy their games instead of
but though if you look,
showing the
you flip
universe.
around to that though, you look at something like you're talking about Halo. One of the biggest machinima franchises out there is Red versus Blue.
Rooster Teeth. Call
Yeah,
them Rooster Tooths.
yes, Rooster Teeths, and they are, their company exists simply because of.
Yeah, but those are like deals and stuff they did with them.
Yeah, I suppose, but
But I mean, like you and I, if we were to, make a Halo 3 video back in the day and post it on YouTube, and let's say we were personalities on YouTube, they'd be like, no, no money for you.
guess what's on their new
And
fancy console? This thing called a Twitch app and a Ustream app. So
yeah,
I don't really think that's a thing that they're worried about.
it might not be, but that was like the last news that I had heard about it. But they might not be enforcing that. So who knows? I don't know.
I mean, Microsoft needs all the goodwill it can get. I mean, they kind of come back with Phil Spencer, but then of course they got that limited exclusivity with Tomb Raider, and then they lost a lot of it again. So they're
Yes, because
constantly on
everybody
this.
cares about Tomb Raider.
Oh well, a lot of people do. I mean, it was big news. So I think they're always constantly on this seesaw of public relations these days, and we'll see. I mean, the great thing I think is that you know what, it doesn't even really matter what they come out with Minecraft 2 because Minecraft is sort of like almost like Tetris. Does anybody really care about Tetris 2? No,
Oh God,
they
I
can
love
still,
Tetris.
yeah, like they'll
Oh
still just
gee.
play Tetris. So.
Dr. Mario, thank you, please. Discussion over.
No, Tetris. Definitely Tetris.
Tetris. But
Yeah,
how
I
much
think
The
how much
music.
how much
I
has come
think
along with Tetris though? It's not about Tetris 2, like I said, it's about the
It's about the
Tetris T-shirt,
music.
it's the licensing the
right.
music and all the stuff that came with it. So
How do
And
you
again,
license unlicensed music
yeah,
or
it's classical music.
public
I don't
domain?
think they could really license that, but
no,
again,
not that
uh,
Minecraft has music in it, really.
Well, it
yeah,
does. It's actually pretty good.
It's
I
background
I
noise.
like. Yeah,
again, I feel like it's a case of reinventing the wheel. You can't really, I think with Minecraft that sort of applies more than
Well, they
anything.
did reinvent the wheel. They made it a square block.
Well, touche.
Minecraft 2 now with pyramids.
Yes.
Minecraft 2 now with the super shotgun.
Yeah. Minecraft 2 with slightly smaller blocks, so you have more definition in what you build.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot they can do to it. I mean, a lot of what they could do to it would make it worse. People like the simplified, blocky nature of Minecraft. So to try and up the fidelity on that, a lot of people would be like, "You're kind of missing the point here, Microsoft." So I'm not sure what they're going to do with Minecraft 2, but I'll be eagerly awaiting that.
In a year and a half. Next Christmas. So that's kind of going to wrap up the news section for today. I'm going to go around the horn one more time here, guys. Last thoughts, what you're looking forward to coming up. MJ, tell me, what are you looking forward to games coming out this next month? What are you going to be doing the next couple weeks here, video game-wise?
Uh, well, I don't know if I'll have one or not, but I'm really interested in Forza 2, Horizon 2. As for releases, I don't know. I lately I've tended to just find a game that I like and stick with it. Um, I thought
Claptrap? You thinking of Claptrap anytime soon?
yeah, you know what? I'll probably pick up Claptrap game.
Talking about Borderlands, the
Border
pre-sequel.
sequel lands
Oh,
too.
right.
Yeah,
Is that basically Borderlands 3? I haven't been keeping up on that.
It's Borderlands 1.5. It takes place between the first and second Borderlands.
Well, sure, but I mean, like game-wise, like, is it a
It's
whole
the
new
third one.
core?
It's
Right.
like
Okay,
I would
Yeah.
say it's more like if you're comparing it to another game, like Assassin's Creed 2 Brotherhood.
Oh, right.
So it's basically taking the engine and the core concepts from the second game, adding a couple new guns and a few new little bits, I guess, to the storytelling, such as like your characters are going to be much more vocal and talkative, and there's a frost like ability gun, so you can freeze things and then shatter them.
There's laser shotguns.
Yes.
Oh, making its return from Duke Nukem 3D.
And you can double jump in space.
Spurs.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh!
you know-
Oh my gosh! The world's exploding.
Whoa.
Nice. What
Oh,
animal
your
is
girlfriend
that?
there.
Oh my
Is that-
gosh!
What is that?
Oh,
Is that your dog?
that's my buddy Doug, my buddy
Aw.
boy.
Hey, buddy
There's-
dog.
Someone putting off the fireworks outside. He's a
Cool.
little
Oh,
nervous.
He does not like
No. Nope, he's all in defensive mode. Defensive
well.
mode activated.
that. Tank, quick, tank. Yeah. So, Borderlands sequel pre.
The Forza.
The Forza I'd like to play.
Yes,
but,
we'll play the Forza.
Gosh, there's a couple other games coming out. I think that I can't think of off the top of my head because I don't really follow release calendars anymore because everything's always pushed back or
It just
And you
eventually
smoke
comes
a
out.
lot of marijuana and
yeah, all the
crazy.
Mary Janes.
So Peter, cut off MJ's
All right.
head and see what you're looking forward to.
Well, actually, I just bought this sort of indie game on Steam. It's called Ancient Space. It's space RTS.
Ooh.
It's sort of following in the tradition of old RTSs like Homeworld, Homeworld 2. They're fully
Ooh.
3D space, and you'll be able to control the camera and go up and down, and just sort of build and control this armada in space and do RTS-y things, fight against other spaceships. So I'm really looking forward to digging into that, and of course next week it's Shadows of Mordor coming out, and really looking forward to that. First AAA title I've really dug into in quite a while, and yeah, I just got it for $30 on some weird ass Brazilian site, so that should work out fine
Sounds
for me.
legit.
Yeah, too legit to quit.
Too legit to quit. So speaking of quitting, Bekkir, what are
Yes,
you?
I unquit WoW so that I
Yes.
could get my stupid legendary cloak.
You
so I will
unquit
be-
WoW.
Oh
Yes, I
God.
unquit WoW. That you can't go to BlizzCon and not have an active subscription. It just feels wrong. So I had to start that back up. Otherwise,
So,
I'll be
so
playing.
giving him $200 for going
Right.
there.
I gotta give him
wasn't
an extra
enough.
40 before I can give him the 200. I mean, other than Hex, which is my default, I'll be playing Smash Brothers a lot when it comes out. I'll probably have to sit next to the wall, keep my 3DS plugged in, if the amount I used to play is any indication.
So at BlizzCon, you'll not be actually like viewing press conferences. You'll just be sitting on a wall, street passing the whole time.
Yeah, well, no, actually at Gen Con, I got all the street passes I could possibly use, so I'm good on that for a while. But that and Gauntlet.
Yes.
I'm really looking forward to getting you guys to play some Gauntlet with me.
We definitely need to do a 4-player co-op of that. Yeah, I'm looking
Yes.
forward to it.
Yup.
Look forward to that
Yep.
coming on the YouTube channel sometime in the near future when we can get a little bit of time to gauntlet up, to throw down the gauntlet. Oh,
I was just gonna
Wow.
make that. Oh, you fucker.
I'm so punny. I am so punny.
Dibs on Elf.
So good at that. You know what? I'll probably go for
I want the Paladin. I want
Valkyrie.
Captain America.
the
Valkyrie.
Valkyrie.
No, I called it Valkyrie.
That's what
That's
you
what
said.
we're saying.
Yes.
You called it Valkyrie.
Yes, I called Captain America.
Okay.
The mage is really OP, but it's just not the
Just
easiest.
difficult. It's playing Magicka. So
So. Yeah, kind of.
Well, who do you want to play, Pete? And I'll pick the other
The
guy.
I don't
Warrior?
even know what all the
Duh.
classes
There-
is.
well,
Want to
there's
be the
There's
dude
a
with the axe,
warrior.
or the dude with the fireballs.
I'll be the dude with the axe. That's usually what I did in WoW.
Farts. Okay, I'll try the wizard.
You'll be the
It's just
caster
gonna be
this
chain
time.
lightning, chain lightning, chain lightning.
Dude,
chain
I
lightning.
was terrible at Magicka, and that's basically what this is,
That
but
game
with
was
the controller.
awesome. So yeah,
Oh,
speaking of
yeah.
Magicka, that is a
Ooh,
game
yeah,
I am
there
looking
you
forward
go.
to.
Yeah.
Wait. They're coming out with another
Oh
Magicka?
man, it's
Yeah,
the best
Magicka
trailer
2.
ever.
Oh, that one. Oh,
Yeah.
The
God,
dance
that one.
studio thing, like the
I remember that one now.
karaoke trailer. Oh,
Are
that
they
was
actually
amazing.
coming out with a game, though, or
Yes.
was...
Yeah, it's a game.
It's gonna be out on the new consoles, I believe. And
Got a PC version?
Blee!
Blee! Yeah.
Yes,
All right. Well, we'll see.
I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Are
I'm
you looking
also
forward to the Master Chief Collection coming out in November?
To a bunch of old games you've already played before.
Yeah,
maybe.
Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to picking it up after Christmas for like $20 or $30 and probably playing through some of it again.
Yeah.
You know, I'm probably in the minority on this, but I actually thought Halo 2 is the best of the Halo games.
Yeah, you're definitely in the minority.
I actually
Halo
really
2
liked the
was a
story in
shit
Halo
fest.
2.
That ending, that is one of the worst endings in video game history.
I actually really liked it. I don't know why.
For me, Halo 3 is still the best campaign. Like, they have not been able to top that two Scarab fight in Halo 3. So as far as campaign goes, that's my pick.
Yeah.
I really liked part 1. I like all about it was really fun.
I'll definitely pick it up at some point, just because I probably will sit on a couch at some point and play it with some friends, but...
You probably currently are sitting on a couch.
No, I'm actually sitting on a chair holding my dog, because he's less scared.
Oh, that's
He's less shaking from the fireworks or gunshots, for all I know, out in the ghetto.
Ghetto? You live in, like,
The ghetto?
Croppersville.
Croppersville. Wow.
That's the ghetto,
Quite a bit.
huh?
Yep, it's
Wow.
the ghetto. In the ghetto.
Oh, people dying in the ghetto.
But yeah, other than the Magicka and kind of the games we've already gone through, that's pretty much all I'm looking forward to. I'm actually currently also working on a cloak, my second one on my Death Knight.
Wow, you were
So,
lame.
Yeah, I am lame. So that's all I've really got. I really got going. Well, that and I am currently in the process of attempting to sell NHL 15 on Amazon
Yeah.
because it
Wait,
was that disappointing.
I warned you about that, man.
And,
Well,
and here
yes.
you were, like, on your preview video, like, yeah, this game should be pretty cool. It should be pretty awesome because
It's good if you like to
EA
just play the game.
So what you're saying is you're putting it on ice.
Yes.
See what I did there?
Bunch.
Yes. So on that
Waka, waka,
incredibly lame, I don't even know what to call that.
Note, call it a note.
Thank you for joining TuesdayNightGamer.com for our first podcast, and we will see you guys sometime in the future.